We're learning troubling new details about the shooting death of Jonathan Joss, who voiced John Redcorn on King of the Hill, just weeks before the popular series is set to return on Hulu. And we're hearing more about what the alleged killer said when police arrested him. We're learning more about the tragic shooting death of voice actor Jonathan Joss, including what the alleged killer said when he was arrested. Joss, who you knew as the voice of John Redcorn from King of the Hill, and also on Parks and Recreation, was shot and killed by his neighbor in San Antonio on June 1st. He was 59 years old. The shooter, 56-year-old Sigfredo Ceja Alvarez, was arrested at the scene and immediately confessed to police, saying, "I shot him." But the story gets a lot more complicated from there. Joss's husband, Tristan Gonzalez, is calling this a hate crime. He said they'd been dealing with harassment from his neighbor for years, including threats to burn their house down. And here's the thing. Their house actually did burn down in January, killing their 3 dogs in the process. Gonzalez says they reported these threats to law enforcement multiple times, but nothing was done about it. On the day of the shooting, Joss and Gonzalez went back to their old property to check for mail. While they were there, they found the skull and harness of one of their dogs that died in the fire. Gonzalez says while they were grieving over this discovery, Alvarez approached them and started yelling homophobic slurs before opening fire. According to Gonzalez, Joss pushed him out of the way and saved his life. Now, San Antonio police have been clear. As of now, they don't have evidence to classify this as a hate crime. They say they take these allegations seriously and will revisit the case if new information comes up. What we do know is that neighbors reported a long-running feud between Joss and Alvarez with frequent arguments. Police records show they were called to Joss's residence over 70 times in the past 16 months for various disturbances, including mental health concerns and welfare checks. Some neighbors described Joss as someone who had disputes with multiple people in the area. Alvarez posted his $200,000 bond and is now under house arrest with drug testing requirements and can't have firearms. For fans who remember Joss's work, bringing these incredible characters to life, this whole situation feels senseless and tragic. The big question everyone's asking is whether this was targeted harassment that escalated to murder or a neighborhood dispute that went horribly wrong. Gonzalez clearly believes his husband was killed because they were a couple, and the pattern of alleged threats and harassment he describes is disturbing. But as you can see, neighbors are obviously telling a very different story, with those extensive police responses reportedly around 70 times in the last 16 months. It's clear there were serious problems going on. So what do you think about this case? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll keep you updated as more details come out about this tragedy in San Antonio.